Hey, Bluticus, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. I think you were the first one in here, too. I appreciate that. And yes, today, as the title says, we will be looking at 6 bonus battles. So basically what happened was there were 2 people that didn't actually make it into the playoffs, which, by the way, the playoffs will be starting next weekend. We'll be doing at least one stream, I would say, next weekend, starting with the playoffs. But there were 2 people that didn't actually make it into the playoffs that actually did 6 bonus battles using the Teutonic expansion for Medieval 2. So I thought it'd be a nice change of pace to cover the 6 battles in the Teutonic campaign, just to kind of break through the monotony of just having straight Medieval 2. So we'll have a kind of a fun bonus stream tonight, and then we'll be jumping into the playoffs as of next weekend. Hello! Thanks for the wave. Alright, I'm pretty excited because I actually haven't taken a look at the Teutonic campaign, or sorry, the Teutonic expansion for quite some time. Hopefully the volume is okay for you guys as well. I had to redo a couple of my sound settings, but let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome everyone. And let's go ahead. I think he did actually, the mod lead, or the tournament lead, I should say. He actually did make up some artwork for this. So let me just pull that up here. Audio's great? Perfect. Yeah, because I was a little worried when I first set up the stream. My audio was actually coming out of one of my monitors for some reason, and I don't know how that happened. So I had to kind of shuffle things over. But let's go ahead and get the first battle overlay here. So, yes, so all 6 battles are going to be with the same 2 people. So we've got Zloy and Leselis. And it looks like we're going to have Norway versus Spain for the first one. So let's go ahead and jump on in. This will be nice, chill. Won't have to worry about hitting everything. Can just sit back, relax, and hopefully we see some of the 2-handed swords, those cannons of the Holy Sepulchre for Antioch in this battle. And apologies, I forgot that I have to set up my sound settings here, so just give me one, or not my sound settings, my keyboard settings, because it's been a while since I have played this, so, alright. Get that. And then I want to say it's that. Alright, now let's check and see. Yeah, I think we'll have some pretty spicy maps in this episode too. Yeah, there we go. Okay, my camera settings are good to go. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And all 6 battles we're going to be taking a look at from Zloy's side. I've just grabbed all 6 of his replays. However, if we do experience any crashes, I do have the other opponents' battles as well. So we should be able to cover that. Look at these semi-axemen here. Looking pretty juicy. So what do we got here? We've got... Actually, let's start with the general first, because I always forget to find the general's bodyguard. So he's not there. Is he back here? Actually, I'd probably... The first place I should look is in the general's bodyguard. There we go. So, he's got his general's bodyguard there. And then, Norway also, just like Denmark, not super OP cavalry. He's got some Norse war clerics here. Looks like 2 units of them. And he's got a couple units of chivalric knights. And then we've got a second general's bodyguard. And then in the front lines, we've got some Viking raiders. We've got the semi-axemen ×2, it looks like. Got some dismounted chivalric knights. Dismounted feudal knights. I love the Norwegian feudal knights. Their color scheme is just spot on. Really nice. And now he's moving his entire army comp. What do we got over here? Oh, we've got some mounted crossbowmen on the battlefield as well, too. So yeah, he's kind of deploying up more towards this hill here. But yeah, no archers, it looks like, aside from those mounted crossbowmen, though. So we'll see. He's probably going to be relatively aggressive. Now, Spain, I think they have a pretty vanilla roster. So I'd expect to see some dismounted conquistadors, maybe some Knights of Santiago. We'll obviously double down on finding where his general's bodyguard is. I would assume that he would deploy in the same area, or he could actually deploy on this other far hill here. There's two good spots. Oh, yeah, he deployed right across from each other. That's fantastic. So before we get into it, where is his general here? So we've got some conquistadors mounted. We've got some tertio pikes. He does have some dismounted conquistadors, a line of peasants in the front line. Oh, he's actually brought a lot of sword and buckler men, too. That's nice to see. They're actually quite a good unit. We've got some peasant crossbowmen, more tertio pikes. We've got 4 mailed knights? Okay, interesting. Where is the general, though? I'm not seeing the general in any of these. Wonder if he's in one of the conquistador units. It's one easy way to tell is just see if any one of them has an extra man in the unit. 45, 45. He may be hidden in the trees. That is also a possibility, because these are all 45 as well. So we'll just keep an eye out. If he has like a better unit of cavalry, like the Knights of Santiago that I mentioned before, that's probably where he is. But Spain actually being the one who's super aggressive here, pushing right forwards with all of his units. It's gonna be quite a mountain to climb, no pun intended. Norway is pretty entrenched on that hilltop, but they don't have any archers, whereas Spain did bring one unit of dismounted crossbows, or the peasant crossbowmen. The peasants in the front line as well. Okay, what do we got going over here? The mailed knights are being chased away by the mounted crossbows, Norse war clerics, and chivalric knights, so all that cavalry has been activated on the right-hand flank. Is anything else in the trees over here for Spain? Doesn't look like it. Oh man, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to see what's going on with the tree line, but Novgorod color scheme looks incredible. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, Novgorod is pretty awesome. Okay, so it looks like we do have the actual general's bodyguard going in against the peasants here. Don't know if that was a misclick or what, but he definitely has other cavalry that he could have committed aside from his actual general's bodyguard. Because this is the one that has the general in it, I'm pretty sure. I think we had looked at that before. Yeah, there he is, yep. So that is the actual general. So he's being a little bit reckless with his general, but he did manage to pull it back. I think it was just a misclick, but here we go. We've got the Spanish moving in. We've got dismounted conquistadors going up against the Sami-Axemen. Good charge there. Unfortunately, it looks like Norway isn't going to get the counter charge off. We've got some cheaper units over here, the Viking Raiders. They'll move in to give the Feudal Knights and the Sami-Axemen a bit of a hand. But yeah, sword and buckler men are quite powerful in melee. And the dismounted conquistadors, well, we know how good they are. I would almost try and keep this cavalry out of here, the Norse war clerics. Maybe cycle around for some hammer and anvil charges instead of charging head-on. We do have some of the conquistador cavalry over here, though, fighting the Norwegian extra general's bodyguard. This isn't the one with the general in it. Very nice. And where are those mounted crossbowmen? Yeah, I figured we would have some engagements over here. So the Norse war clerics are being kind of slaughtered by these male knights here. We actually have 2 units of the cavalry having to disengage against the mailed knights. They probably got a really solid charge off, I would think. They're going to try and run away. It looks like the Norwegian chivalric knights are just going to miss locking that unit in. And now the tertio pikemen are moving in, and this is going to be very difficult for the Vikings to counter. Especially with all this heavy-hitting infantry in the front lines. I mean, feudal knights are good, but I think conquistadors toe-to-toe in melee are a little bit better. Nice battle line there. Looking at the balance of power, very even, 26 to 23%. So Norwegians losing only 3% more than the Spanish. I think they're doing relatively okay on this flank, but it looks like we did have a unfortunate charge here with the cavalry for Norway against the tertio pikes. That's not what you want to see. And look how thin this line is getting here. Oh dear. Good charge into the backs there of the Tertio pikemen. They have turned around, though. And as this oh, this is the actual general's bodyguard as well. He's got to be still alive, right? Oh, there he is! He's caught in between the hammer and anvil. Just escaping there. Wow, he needs to be very careful with that general's bodyguard. That could have been a disaster. We've got more knights here from Norway. Oh, actually, it's the mounted crossbowmen. They're trying to volley the Tertio pikemen, but they're going to get caught in between two charges there. And the Norse war clerics are breaking. Yeah, not very good cavalry, especially going toe-to-toe against a lance cavalry unit. And the mounted crossbowmen have broken immediately. So this is very dangerous for the Norwegians here, having all these units of Spanish cavalry pushing onto their flanks. Good charge there by the general's bodyguard, though. Got a good charge into the peasant crossbows. Kind of just going for any charge he can. And here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Yes. Heavy lance cavalry chivalric knights charging into the backs of the sword and buckler men. That is going to even the odds. Same thing with this general's bodyguard here. Really slamming into the backs of this dismounted conquistador unit. 56 to 48%. So the gap is widening, though. Oh no, the general fleeing too. Yep. Looks like the mailed knights caught up with him. He isn't dead yet, though, so he may rally. But he also may just put on his coward boots and flee the battlefield. More good heavy charges from the general's bodyguard, though, into the backs of the sword and buckler men. But we do have the Spanish flanking around the Viking raiders. However, two sword and buckler men units have broken in that charge. And it's kind of causing a bit of a chain rout here. We've got another sword and buckler men. The peasants are routing. And the Tertio pikemen are a bit exposed here. Yeah, good job running them down, too, to make sure that they do not return to the battlefield. And we still got the presence of some Norwegian cavalry in behind enemy lines. More cavalry charging down, trying to save their feudal knights. Feudal knights are doing very well against the mailed knights here. Spanish player is going to try and disengage what few knights remain. Yeah, he's trying to push away this general's bodyguard here, but the mounted crossbowmen coming in super handy here because they're such a quick unit. Running down all these units, that's actually fantastic. 71% to 64%, though. No way! So I wonder where the enemy general was. He must have been in one of these conquistador units, I guess? Either that or in one of the sword and buckler men that were retreating, but I had looked pretty carefully, and they all, I think, were at 65 men to start. So, yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, it's got to either be in one of the retreating ones, because otherwise the general wouldn't have been captured. He would have been killed. And things are starting to kind of turn around here for Norway. 76 to 75%, so they've closed that gap quite considerably. I think the dismounted conquistadors are losing a bit of steam here. Even 20 years later, this game is just so cinematic in my opinion. It really was well ahead of its time. Look at that. Okay, so we do have some routing here from Norway. That's the Viking raiders, though. And the general's bodyguard charging in, slashing up these conquistadors, and that actually causes all of them to rout. No way. Still very close in the kill count, though. 81 to 83%. So I think it's just the Tertio pikemen, though. They're charging in with their swords. And what else do the Spanish have that haven't routed? Yeah, don't chase him down. Turn around and fight them, because he's actually causing the Norwegians to rout here a little bit. The feudal knights have actually routed. Or the chivalric knights, my apologies. Look at this guy here. He's cutting down some of those pikes. Well done. That's it, boys. Oh, and we've got the Norse war clerics in behind here. Nice job. Yeah, those pikemen are out of position. Oh, and now look, 90% of the Spanish army killed, only 83% of the Norwegians. So right after their general was captured there, I think that was the actual, the turning point of this battle. Very close, though. He's obviously got something else that hasn't routed from the battlefield. Something else that maybe returned from routing. Hey, Joe, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well, my friend. What else does he have here? Oh, replay finished. Okay. Oh, so we don't get to see the results. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, but obviously Norway did win that battle. That was a very, very close battle. But yeah, I think the turning point, as I said, was right when the Spanish general got captured there. The rest of his army faltered. So, very cool. Let's go ahead and flip up the second one there. So yes, Zloy with a 1 win there against Leselis. Hey, Alcolumus, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate it. For those of you that are just coming in, we're doing some bonus battles today. So these aren't battles from the actual tournament. The playoffs for the tournament will begin next weekend. But there were 2 people that didn't actually make it into the tournament, and they decided to play 6 really cool battles using the Teutonic Order expansion. So we're going to see like a bunch of new maps that we're not seeing usually in the tournament, and obviously some new factions because we are on the expansion as well. But Zloy playing as Lithuania and Leselis playing as the Moors. So we've got some artillery on the battlefield here. We've got a Serpentine. Very cool. We've got some followers of Percunus. Looks like 4 units of them. We've got 3 units of dismounted... Oh no, 2 units of dismounted chivalric knights, and then we've got 1 unit of dismounted Baharia, or Baharia, I think is how you pronounce it. Basically feudal knight unit with axes. And we've got some Tartar Lancers, some Baharia. I'm probably not pronouncing that exactly correct, but we got some Drukian horsemen, I think. These guys are probably, yeah, they're like mounted archers. So he's got 2 units of them. Where's his general? Tartar Lancers over here. Baharia. We've got the Druzina horsemen. Has he put him in the infantry again? Can't find his general. What the heck? Oh, he's also got, sorry, 2 units of the Baltic archers in the lines, the front lines there. These Tartar Lancers look very cool, though. Very Mongolish cavalry. And a bit of a longer battle as well. I just really want to find this general. It's kind of annoying me that I can't find him, because we obviously want to keep tabs on him in this battle. I do not know. I do not know where Monsieur General is. He's not in the Archer, I don't think. Yeah, we checked that. Oh well, he's somewhere. I feel like he is in one of these. Oh yeah, wow! It's the General's bodyguard. Okay, we found the General. He's in the General's bodyguard unit. Man, it's always the last place you look, eh? Okay. Let's take a look here at the Moors. Let's quickly pause. Or actually, they're not moving forwards too... Yeah, they are moving forwards pretty quickly. So... Oh, so we've got some camel gunners here. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, I should have checked that for... I didn't notice him, actually. So maybe he was hidden or something. I don't know. But yeah, we've got a lot of dismounted Christian Guard here, which is fantastic. The Trebuchet, that's where the general is. Aha. So he's in the Trebuchet crew. So we have located both generals. Got some Desert Archers, some Lamtuna Spearmen. Got some peasants in the front lines as well. But yeah, Camel Gunners. That could do quite a bit of damage to the heavy European mailed cavalry. And the Serpentine will do some damage to this formation, so I'm hoping that Leselis spreads out his formation just a little bit. And the Camel Gunners are going to go right away to start annoying the Lithuanians. He's just got to stay out of range of those Baltic archers, because they will do some pretty hefty damage. Serpentine should be firing already, though. Yeah, it's loading up. Nice. Couldn't resist the temptation, and I'm already 40 turns into the Milan campaign. Oh, mobile version. Yeah, I'm considering getting that, but we only have cell phones at our house. Like, we don't have iPads or anything. So, like, what device are you playing on? Like, if it's a phone, like, is it worth it? Like, or do you feel like you need a bigger screen for it to be worthwhile? Just clipping the Christian Guard there at the back. Serpentine should be relatively accurate, though. Whoa, just missing again. Lessalus really lucking out on these shots missing their targets. Oh, there we go. There was a hit into the peasants in the front lines. I think he's trying to aim for that trebuchet, though. And get that destroyed. Again, hitting the front lines there. Yeah, Medieval 2 on mobile. I think it did. It came out on Saturday, maybe? Probably take you a few weeks to master. Yeah. Yeah, not really getting many kills here with this Serpentine. There we go. That was a good shot. Yeah. So 90. So killed almost 10 men in that volley. Well done. Just clipping the urban militia there. How are these camel gunners doing? They're getting wrecked by those Baltic archers. They just can't close the gap. They don't have the range on the Baltic archers there. Oh, another big hit. Down to 71. Wow. I know for sure he's trying to hit this trebuchet then. Hitting the crew. The general's bodyguard just missing that. That cannonball literally flew right past his face. Now the trebuchet is firing. Are they getting any good hits? Oh, not bad. Or no, it looked like it did hit this, but it didn't hit the Bioria. Yeah, get that general's bodyguard out of the way. He's putting all his units in loose formation, though, but it's his general's bodyguard I'm more worried about. He's really being focused on. I don't know if Zloy knows that that's where his general is, though. I think he just wants to remove his enemy's artillery. Another hit into the artillery crew, though. Look at all the camel gunners over here that were dead. Yeah, that's not working out for him. Even Steven, though, in the deaths. 7% to 7%. That's so awesome. Such good volleys. Yeah, so what's he firing at? I would probably go for the cavalry if I was him, and that's what he's going for. Nice shots there as well. Killing about 5 with that. Very slow, this battle. It's not rushing in just like the last battle that we saw. There we go. Looks like the Moorish infantry is moving forwards now. Oh, I love the Moors. Such an epic faction. Very cool. Looks like we've got some Baltic archers moving over to the far side. We've got all this cavalry over here as well, which is extremely worrying for me, considering that the only cavalry, it looks, that the Moors have brought are camel gunners. They don't have any other cavalry. So the Lithuanians are definitely at an advantage right now, because they've got 4 units of cavalry over here, and then they've got their 2 mounted archers over here. So they'll be able to do some pretty good hammer and anvils once this battle line does form. Serpentine still firing as well. You can start to see the Moorish lines moving through the trees there. Baltic archers are retreating under heavy arrow fire. Still going for that trebuchet, though, I think. Yeah, I think that's what he's... yeah, he's still targeting the trebuchet. They're down to 14 men, but I think with as little as 3, you can Oh, one of the trebuchets is actually destroyed. Okay. Yeah, so remove the other one, and then the Moors will have no choice but to move in to engage. Because it's either that or just be peppered down by the Serpentine. Careful. Careful with your general's bodyguard there. I think he is over. And oh no, is he way over here? Where is the general? Oh, he's back over this side. Okay. Fair enough. What's the balance of power now? 12% to 8%. So yeah, this is not working for the Moors. They need to move forwards, or they're just going to give this battle away pretty much. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. I see some movement over here in the tree line. Got the camel gunners firing down at the front ranks. Look at these boys. Look at them. Yeah, the Tartar Lancer's actually shaken from that volley. Yeah, so the Lithuanian cavalry is withdrawing. And we have the Druzakin. Drukajan, maybe is how you pronounce it. They're actually going in against the Desert Archers. Went right around the Moorish lines and got a pretty solid charge into their flank. However, they broke immediately now that the Lemtuma's spearmen there have supported them. The other one moving in, I guess, against the trebuchet. And actually, if he can get a general kill here, that's going to really put him in the running for a second win, I believe. Wow, that was close. Look at the general, though. He's, like, hiding in the trees. You can barely see him. It's just his legs poking out. That's awesome. Okay, they did return, though, which is good. All of the Desert Archers are focusing them down. And this general's bodyguard, this guy is so aggressive with his general. What did he charge? Like, he charged into the Christian Guard, and this is his general here. No way. Oh, no. Taken down by the Christian Guard. I can't believe I caught that, too. That is so unfortunate. 24% to 15%. I still think that Lithuania has the chance to win this. Only because of their cavalry advantage. But now they'll have to fight without their general. And the camel gunners are moving back just to try and make sure that those archers, those mounted archers, don't come back and kill their general over here. You can see him rallying his soldiers. Alright, we need to see some movement, though. Let's fast forward and... Oh, actually, as I say that, Archer's about to be slaughtered. Nice charge there. Yep, that unit's gonna break for sure. Man, they slaughtered so many of them. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, how did they not rout with that? Yeah, Lemtuna spearmen moving forwards, but that's way too little too late. And we do have another unit of the archer cavalry over here firing into their flanks. Look how thin the ranks of the Moors are getting, at least the front line ranks. We've got more cavalry coming in. They're gonna get ready for another charge, softening them up with the arrow fire first, and then moving on in. Nice charge, boys. Even making it to the second ranks where the Christian Guard and the Desert Archers are. Wow. Yeah, 40% to 20%. So even without the General's bodyguard, they seem to be doing a lot of damage to the Moors. And he's just soaking it up. He's just sitting here, waiting. I wonder why. Why is he not moving forwards? There we go. There we go. Finally, we've got the Christian Guard moving on in. Let's go, boys. Don't even stop. You gotta push forwards. Yeah, force their Baltic archers to retreat, get the main line started. I can understand why he is a little bit worried, though, because once all his infantry is committed, as we've talked about before, all this cavalry will be able to use the hammer and anvil tactics to really wear them down, but he doesn't really have any other alternatives at this point. He's just being shot to pieces otherwise. And look at this, more cavalry coming in. This is gonna hurt. Oh, wow, they actually raised their lances at the last minute. That is unfortunate. That cavalry, yeah, did not get a solid charge. Well, there we go. Now the Lithuanians are like, all right, boys, we're going to charge in. A lot of Christian Guard being ripped to shreds. Urban militia moving forwards as well. We've already got some heavy fighting over here with the dismounted chivalric knights fighting off the Christian Guard. We actually have a lot of Christian Guard on this battlefield. We've got the dismounted Bioria. Maybe it's Bioria. We've got the Tartar Lancers moving in. They've broken immediately because they're fighting the Lemtuna Spearmen there. 50% to 30%, so it's still heavily in Lithuanians' favor. You can hear the camel gunners still firing as well. They have an insane amount of ammunition. Followers of Perkunas are starting to break. Probably under fire from the camel gunners. Whereabouts are they firing from, actually? Yeah, they're in the. Are they in the center? They are. Okay. I do see some cavalry flanking around, though. I think they were gonna hit the Moorish spears from the back, but they have already been slaughtered. Yeah, this is not looking good for the Moors. Oh, man. Yeah, there we go. A lot of them breaking there. Urban militia fleeing the battlefield. The Christian Guard. Yeah, they're fleeing as well. Oh, tough, tough loss. And I think just losing too many men over here in the tree line. There's a lot of dead Moors. And no dead Lithuanians. But even still, just not having enough cavalry, not a good move there. Oh, and he admitted defeat. Okay, fair enough. Respect, though. Respect. Edward Morale, nice to see you, buddy. It's the Moors. Oh, and we did actually get end screen here. Very nice. So yeah, Lithuania versus the Moors. In the first battle, it was Norway versus Spain. 100 kills with that general, but then threw him away. It's lucky that didn't cost him the battle there. Serpentine only got... Oh, no, it got 113 kills. That's not too bad, actually. Baltic archers, though, 163 and 131. Very well done there. All right, so that is actually two. Two for Zloy and none for Leselis so far. So hopefully he's able to... claw back some points here in the remaining 4 battles. So it looks like we've got Zloy as Denmark and Leselis as Milan. Yeah, it's nice to see you, Edward. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Yeah, we're doing some bonus battles today, so this isn't part of the regular stream, or regular Medieval 2 stream, I should say, for the tournament. These are 2 guys that didn't actually make it into the tournament and decided to play some battles using the Teutonic Order. Or, sorry, the Teutonic expansion. So we're seeing some new maps and hopefully a couple new factions. I mean, we already saw Lithuania, which is pretty good. So Denmark versus Milan. I am a Milan fan, so I'm hoping Leselis can get some points back with a win here. Got some Norse archers here in the front lines with peasants. Got a good amount of Viking raiders here, it looks like. Some Norse swordsmen. More Norse swordsmen and Viking raiders. And then what do we got for cavalry? Where are they? All over here. So we've got Huskarls, Norse war clerics, General's bodyguard with the general in it. Good to know. More Norse war clerics and a second general's bodyguard, but the general's actually in this shinier version here. Terrain does kind of favor Milan, though. He has quite a bit of a terrain advantage if he deploys over there, but he could choose to deploy over here, thinking that Denmark will deploy on the flatter ground. Yes, Milan versus Denmark. So, hopefully Milan can actually get the win here. I do love Milan. He needs to bring some good cavalry, though. There we go. Oh no, this looks quite small. What is this? Unless, I guess, most of them could actually be hidden in the trees. Okay, we've got some pike militia here. More pike militia. Is that all that I see in here? No, there's something back here. Genoese crossbowmen. Nice. More pike militia. That's about all we can see. Okay, others. Nope, nope. Just the same units. It's actually got a lot of pike militia. 1, 2, 3 units, and then we've got one back here, totaling 4. You like to play as Milan campaign because that's the only way they don't betray me. That is so true. Yeah, they are very cutthroat, but that's one of the reasons that I like them. And it gives you such satisfaction in finally, like, conquering their capital. And being like, you know what, I've had enough of you. Yeah, they're the classic backstabber. I should take the high wooded ground. It'll break up cav charges. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's what he's doing right now, but he's kind of deployed down the hill a bit. He should form up, like, here, right after this stone. But from what his army comp looks like, he may... Okay, no, we've got some dismounted feudal knights here as well, though, so that's good. We've got quite a bit of Genoese crossbowmen. So this looks very elite, and that leads me to believe that it might be very infantry-focused. We've got some musketeers as well. Nice. He may be forming some kind of box up on the hilltop here, though. And all these pikemen are going to be very difficult for Denmark to counter. Now, he does have a good amount of Norse archers, though. Whereas in his first battle, he didn't bring any archers as Norway. But yeah, this light infantry here, like the Viking raiders, the Norse swordsmen, I don't think they're going to have it in them to be able to muscle through all these pikes. Musketeers will be ready to fire quite soon, too. The only downside about forming up in the forest like this, though, is that the musketeer shots also won't be as effective, because that is affected by the wood line. Let's see some volleys, though. Come on, boys. There we go. Yes. What are you firing at? You firing at the Norse archers, or maybe something behind? Yeah, these Genoese crossbowmen are going to just annihilate the Norse archers if they're allowed to continue firing like this. How many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8? Oh my goodness. Does he have any cavalry? Okay, we do have some cav. Mailed knights, so kind of cheap and cheerful, but not too bad. Not too bad. We do have those dismounted feudal knights back there with the crossbows. He actually must have more than 8. Okay, what do we got going on? Oh, okay, the Huscarls are getting into the musketeers, though, which is unfortunate. They didn't get a very good charge off, though. Yeah, they're forcing them away. The mailed knights are over here as well. That's not good, though. Yeah, they are slaughtering the musketeers, which is great, but they are getting very close to the pike line. And look at this over here. The mailed knights getting a huge charge into those peasants. And then the Norse swordsmen down to 65. Wow. Norse archers over here down to 43. Norse swordsmen 107. Yeah, he can absolutely not afford to sit back here. If he's fighting like 8 to 10 possible units of Genoese crossbowmen, he needs to move forwards. Musketeers did rally with 47 men in behind the lines as well. Oh my goodness, that's so many crossbowmen. Like, look at all the arrow fire coming down here. These Norse archers cannot compete with that kind of firepower. Although, they're just ignoring the Genoese crossbows and going after the pikemen. That's actually a very good plan. Oh, these guys are just walking into. They know they're walking to their deaths. They're not going to hurry it up. Exactly. Definitely outranged. Absolutely. There we go. Viking Raiders actually kind of hitting the flanks of the pikemen here. That might be a bit of a disaster, but they broke it immediately upon reaching the second line. Viking Raiders over here as well, causing some trouble, although we do have Huscarls that have gotten in behind. and are hitting the Genoese crossbowmen here. What do we got on the other side? A lot of Danish cavalry over here. We've got the dismounted feudal knights moving in, though, to kind of slow down this flank. General's bodyguard moving on in. Again, he's being so aggressive with his general because he's in this unit. He's somewhere. It's just hard to find him in all the trees here. There he is. There he is. So that's the general there. A lot of mailed knights over here. This is a huge cavalry engagement, though. And Milan, actually, mailed knights are not going to do too bad here. I think they're pretty comparable to the war clerics, if not better, in this situation. Crossbows outrange bows. Oh, do they? Are you sure? I thought they were the same, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you might be right, actually. There we go. More cavalry flanking around the mailed knights. But how is this main battle line going here? Oh, I love the green of the feudal knights. You've got the pikemen over here. They're still in a pike formation. So that is good. And then how are we looking over here? Still in pike formation, but looking relatively thin. And over here, these guys are kind of getting caught up because, yeah, they're trying to hold back Viking raiders and the Norse archers, which were sent into melee here. What are these guys firing at? Oh, they're firing at the war clerics over there. Okay. So there we go. Those pikes are broken. So that kind of opens up 4 units of Genoese crossbowmen to direct melee. Crossbows are usually to aim. You get minimum 40-yard over a bow. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, given the power behind them. Feudal Knights should be able to mince the Viking raiders. Oh, no. I figured... I figured that would be the case. Yeah, there's the General's bodyguard. So he obviously died over here to the pikemen or the mailed knights, one of them. Yeah, it's hard to see the model on the floor, but I think this guy's lost his general in every single battle we've watched so far. Hey, Byzantine Centurion, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'd almost rather fog at this point than forest. It's so hard to see what's going on in heavily forested maps like this. Mailed Knight's getting a little bit thinned out, though, by the war clerics, and also, because that general is dead, I can't imagine a lot of these Vikings are holding in the center. No, we've got Norse swordsmen breaking. Things look relatively contained over here as well. We've got Viking raiders trying to flank around, but we've got pike militia that were returned from routing. We've got all these archers still here, ready to fire down, and yeah, they just break immediately. At Cressy, the French knights charged through their mercenary Genoese crossbowmen because they were infuriated by how useless they proved with the rain. Yeah, I heard that. And also, similar situation at Agincourt as well, with the French nobility. Same thing, exactly, where the crossbows were useless because of the rain. And a lot of the cheap levied units actually were put in first and kind of broke from the battlefield along with the crossbows. And as they were retreating to the French lines, the French nobles charged with their cavalry and just ran them down, like slaughtered them. Yeah, French battle history repeats itself, I guess. They got to stop choosing rainy, boggy, muddy days to host battles on. I'm pretty sure the English longbow as well was pretty comparable in range to the crossbow. Maybe the crossbows were a little bit further, but the longbows were definitely more effective because the crossbows at that point in time, in the medieval era, they weren't ones that you could kind of reset very quickly. They had like these hand cranks that you had to use. So you would fire your bolt, and then you would spend like 7 seconds like using this hand crank to crank it back up. Then you could put another bolt in and then fire. Whereas the longbows were just like, they were the machine guns of the medieval era, so... But well done to Leselis. So with Milan managed to get the win there. He had 200 more men than the Danes, and yeah, just low kills here. Mainly because of the pikes. He really couldn't lock in and utilize these heavy Viking raiders and their heavy-hitting attacks. Also didn't have as good of cavalry. Lost his general early. And was just outranged by the crossbows. So well done. So that means it is 2v1. And Zloy is playing as Novgorod next. Leslie as France. That is awesome. Can't wait to see Novgorod on the battlefield in battle number 4. Never imagined to see Vikings fighting Italians. Anything can happen in Medieval 2. Failed to mention those crossbows were too close to the line. The bows' rate of fire shredded them. Yeah. Could easily remove the bow's cord and protect it from the rain. Well, you couldn't do that with crossbows. Exactly, yeah, because it was like a whole mechanical situation. And also, I heard, too, that the type of wood that they used for those medieval crossbows was very porous. So when it rained, the wood in the crossbow would actually soak up a lot of the water, and it would actually make it a lot more heavy. So even if they were able to fire it, like let's say it was a dry day the next day, but it was still a waterlogged crossbow, the weight in it would make the archer using it inaccurate because he's not used to the added weight of the crossbow. Rate of fire was not their strong point. They weren't used correctly. Exactly, yeah. When you have a superior range weapon, you don't march them up to the line. Well, yeah. Well, and I mean, the French nobility actually agreed with that, too. They were furious when they found out that the king was going to be using levy troops and crossbows. The French were, they were very, very driven by chivalry. Like, they fought where their nobles would gather all of their best knights, they would line up, they would charge in, destroy the competition, and go home. But the English were completely different, right? Like, a lot of these longbowmen were surly characters, none of them had any noble bloodline. And a lot of them were paid, too, right? Whereas in medieval France, chivalric France, the noble and his men would... they were required by the king to actually engage in battles that the French king had gotten himself into, but they were not paid, right? They were just expected to show up. But the English were paid well, right? So, anyways, I'm rambling on. We could talk about that for forever. But we've got some dismounted Devor here in the front lines for Zloy. We've got some woodsmen over here on the flank. We've got some Birdish axemen, one of my favorite medieval units. Very cool. Love using them in 1212 as well. Got some Drazen over here. The general's bodyguard with the general in it. There he is. Very brilliant colors indeed. More Drazen over here. More Birdish axemen. More woodsmen. And we've got some Cossacks up here. They're missile cavalry, 2 units. Looking into the French army over here, we've got some peasants in the front lines. I've noticed that Leslie has a very specific army composition. He seems to like having at least 1 unit in the front lines. We've got a couple of units of armored sergeants here. We've got a serpentine, dismounted feudal knights, more armored sergeants there. More dismounted feudal knights. We've got 4 units of French archers and 4 units of mailed knights. Question being, where's his general? I bet you it's in the Serpentine. It is not. It is not in the Serpentine. Where is it then? He is in one of the archer units. There we go. French general with the French archers. They didn't want peasants fighting. Exactly. English longbowmen were often foresters and hunters. In other words, peasants. Exactly, and... In that time period in England, it was required that you actually had so many years' experience with the bow. I don't know if that was like every single man in the kingdom, but I know it was enforced quite heavily, so most Englishmen knew their way around a bow and arrow. Yeah, Novgorod's color scheme is very awesome, yeah. Yeah, it's not quite Holy Roman Empire, it's more yellow than black. But their units are very cool, too. Just the fact that they are kind of pre-Russian era, but with the British Axemen, you know, dismounted Drazina. Very cool. Yeah, he's brought dismounted Novgorod. Now, these guys are very good in Medieval 2. They're kind of hybrid infantry, so I feel like they're relatively good in melee for an archer unit. So they can kind of double as an infantry unit, firing all their missiles and then charging into melee. They should be able to hold a pretty good battle line. This is a long battle, though, so I know we're going to have a bit of harassment here from the Cossacks, but I'm just going to fast forward just to save you guys some time. Excuse me. Oh, please don't get hiccups right now. That's such a bad time. Yeah, that's not going to work. Even in Cantabrian Circle there, but going up against 4 units of French archers, that's just a death sentence for those Cossacks. However, because I think that the Novgorod player noticed the French were maybe going to set up on this hill, and he actually beat him to it. So now the French are kind of caught in this valley here, which we'll see how that works out for him. I think he is getting ready to fire that Serpentine, but there's not much he can focus on just yet. I mean, he could maybe try and clip there, but most of the infantry is hidden behind the mountain. He's probably going to try and fire at the Cossacks. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's getting minimal kills there against the Cossacks, but... Okay, let's slow it down now. Looks like everybody is coming down here. Got all of the Drazina cavalry moving in. Hey, Free, what's going on? No need to spam the chat. I see you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, it ran into the peasants there. Obviously, the peasants are going to break. French cavalry, what are they doing? Okay, so they're actually running down one of the Cossack units over here. Okay. Looks like the... Oh, did he have 4 units of this? Oh, my apologies. I didn't know he had 2 on the other side there. So yeah, he's got 4 units of the Cossacks. Okay. Well, that charge down did break the peasants, but other than that, the French were able to mount their defense. The armored sergeants are steeling themselves for a charge from those British axemen. And the woodsmen, I don't know if the woodsmen are going to do too much against the feudal knights here, which are forming up on the front lines. Trying to fire at that general's bodyguard, but he's moving far too quickly there. Here we go. Let's see these British axemen moving on in. Oh, not the best charge there. That's unfortunate, but we do have woodsmen over here fighting against the feudal knights. We need to kind of push them in, though, on the flank if we can. Get the British axemen there on the flanks. We do have that dismounted feudal knight unit there, though. What's the percentage? 14% to 15%, so very even. Cossacks tying up 2 units of mailed knights over here. And we've got some Drazina cavalry. Did he have some units hidden that I didn't notice? May very well have. But this battle line is really kicking off here. Here we go. We've got the the British axemen flanking around the feudal knights. And they are very heavy hitters here. They should be able to make mincemeat of these guys. A lot of woodsmen here, too. Good for flanking. Armored sergeants won't be able to hold for too long against all of these units. We've got armored sergeants actually way over here, chasing away the general's bodyguard. The Cossacks and Drazina probably firing into the armored sergeants as they retreat. And I see the French mailed knights moving forwards over there. And we did find out that the general's in the archer unit. Yeah, so he's over here. He's kind of surveying the battlefield. But look at all of these units that are breaking through here. This looks like a bit of an issue for the French. They're being divided a little bit. But here we go. We've got some mailed knights. That's going to break some woodsmen, I think. That was a very good charge. I'd be shocked if that didn't. I was even downhill and everything. These guys are shaken, but yeah, they did not break. Wow. Unfortunate. And the mailed knights are being harassed by this depleted unit of Drazina as well. We've also got some units getting into the peasants that have returned from routing. More Drazen over here as well. And, okay, yeah, the woodsmen are fighting to the death here, because they are a bit surrounded by those mailed knights now. And Drazina are fighting over here. Where is the general's bodyguard? Okay, he's keeping him back here, but looks like he is going to move him into melee now. Oh, this is very close. Yeah, 50% to 50% pretty much.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Serpentine crew is engaged against the Birdie Shaxman as well.
Lord be merciful, we have lost half of our men.
Yeah, I think he is tripping a bit. Yeah, I see you're there. It's alright, Free. Look at all the units routing here. Woodsmen all breaking. Oh, this might go in the way of the French here. Although we've got a good charge there into the backs of the dismounted French archers. He needs to go for the one that had the general in it, though. Is that the one? I don't think that's the one. Where's the general archer unit? We've got another one over here. Is it this one? I'm confused. Where's the general? Oh no, it is that one! We just caught him in time! Getting cut down by the Novgorod Drazina there. Wow. Well done. However, even with the general dead, I think that France still probably has this. Although we do still have all those Devor over there, and a lot of their units are returning from routing because they weren't actually run down. Good downhill charge from the general's bodyguard here on the mailed knights. We've got armored sergeants very depleted and shaken, but they're moving in, trying to silence the dismounted Drazina. Or sorry, dismounted Devor. Yeah, all of them have broken, though, and fire arrows being used on them, too. The morale obviously is lower now that the general is dead, and it looks like Zloy is using that to his advantage. We've even got the general going over here. He's going for a 4 out of 4 general deaths. Yeah, good charge there, slaughtering those armored sergeants. He's got to be careful not to friendly fire his general, though, with that fire arrows. Ooh, general's looking a bit bloodied, but not too much. How did these guys not die, like, immediately? The armored sergeants there. And how have they not routed, too? There's only 3 men left there. Oh, and the general's getting kind of fired upon there by the French archers. Yeah, get yourself out of there, buddy. 76 to 69%. Yeah, it's not going good for the baguette boys there. I don't know, though. They are kind of closing the gap. But it's just worrying with the... I thought that was him that died there. Oh, man. Every time. Every time. Yeah, see, he's getting some friendly fire. That might cause his units to start breaking as well, because he lost his general. And that's exactly what happened. So yeah, it's not over for the baguettes. They may have this still. British Axemen are looking kind of thinned out here against those feudal knights. Yep, they've broken as well. 79% to 74%. It's down pretty much just to archers. Like, we do have some units that have depleted. Or, sorry, that are depleted. Kind of charging in, but Novgorod has him on 3 sides as well. With the French in the middle. This is a good overview shot here. The dismounted Devor getting some good shots into their backs. Probably firing at that infantry unit there. Yeah, so they may have it. They may have it. Yep, more of the Novgorod infantry breaking there. And it's just down to the 3 units of Devor. But I think the French actually might just take this one. Although 82% of the French, only 78% of the Novgorod.
Men have fought long and are becoming tired.
Yes, yes. Yeah, see, this is what I mean, though. Like, they are not just standard archers. These guys are holding, even fighting, like, dismounted feudal knights. And they are holding their own. The other unit coming in to support as well. Come on, boys, hold. 84 to 80%. The French are closing the gap. And the archer fire as well. That will certainly lower the morale of these dismounted Devor. Yeah, I think the French have this. I think they've just got it. These feudal knights, how depleted are they? Down to 8 men. Armored sergeants down to 35. Oh no, and they've broken! Oh no. They could still return, but I don't know. So now it's 4 units of French archers versus 3 units of dismounted Devor. And I think these guys have used up their ammunition, so that's why they're closing in. Oh boy. All comes down to this charge. Look at the battlefield too. All the littered bodies. I think if the Devor actually get into melee, then it's GG for the French. Well, the armored sergeants have come back as well. That was a good volley into those Devor. And one of them have broken. We've got woodsmen coming in as well. Maybe they should go after the armored sergeants. Okay, we need this unit to come down here as well. Yeah, because these guys are going to get surrounded. The French have this. They have it. No way. Unless these woodsmen are just going to pull off the biggest Chad move in history. And these Devor are just sitting here. Get them into melee, man. Quick. Oh, the woodsmen have broken too. It's over. It's over. Wow. Well done to Leslie. Is that 2-2 now? I think he's tied it up. Being down 2-0 and bringing it back. Well done. Similar in the men deployed as well. Good kills of the dismounted Devor. Woodsman didn't get too many kills, though, which is unfortunate. 2 of the British axemen did well, but the other 2 did not. They were probably run down, maybe hammer and anviled by the French cavalry. Well done. All right, we've got 2 final battles to take a look at in this bonus stream. So we're going to have Zloy as Poland and Aleselis as the Holy Roman Empire. I hope that we see the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Oh, wait, no. Oh, it's the Teutonic expansion, not the Kingdom of Jerusalem. I was the Crusades. I was thinking this was the Crusades expansion. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought we were going to see Kingdom of Jerusalem and Antioch on the battlefield, but wrong expansion, Celtic. Wrong expansion. Hopefully we see the Teutonic Order on the battlefield at least. In battle number 6, we better see that. Wow, this is an insanely long battle, so we'll probably have to feature some fast forward in it. 25,000 frames to be precise. We've got the General's Bodyguard with the General in it here for the Kingdom of Poland. We've got some good cavalry. We've got some Strezzi, Hussars ×4. Got an extra General's Bodyguard there. Looks like he does have... Oh, no, did he move them? Yeah, he's got 2 units of the Horse Archers. Frontline Cavalry, we've got dismounted Polish Knights. We have Woodsmen. Got Polish Archers ×3. Yeah, Woodsmen ×4 though. I really shudder when I see an infantry line almost full of Woodsmen. They're good on the initial charge, but they break so often and so quickly. They can really leave you in a bind. He didn't bring any of the really OP cavalry for Poland as well, but he does have a lot of it, which is good. No problem, Free. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one, buddy. All right, Holy Roman Empire is back over here. We've got a little town in the center here. We've got a Serpentine. General is not in it. We've got Pavi's Crossbowmen ×4. Peasants again. He loves his one unit of peasants. Armored Sergeants, Pike Militia, Armored Sergeants. We've got Imperial Knights, and then a lot of Mailed Knights. Oh, he's got a Trebuchet as well, so he's got 2 artillery pieces. And he's got some dismounted Imperial Knights. Where? Oh, and his general is in one of the Pavi's crossbow units. There we go. They can be hit and run troops. I mean, they're definitely good as a supportive unit, so as a flanking unit. But if you put them in your front line like this, and then don't charge them in, they'll get cut down and they'll break very easily. So I'm a little worried here seeing a line with 2 units of Polish Knights but 4 units of Woodsmen. If he's going to expect to go toe-to-toe with the Holy Roman Empire, like in a standard infantry battle line, that's not going to go well for him. Prediction that if that's the case, then the Holy Roman Empire will definitely win this. Not to mention as well that we've got a Serpentine and a Trebuchet here. So it looks like the Holy Roman Empire is just going to sit here and wait for Poland to come to him. We've got this Strezzi, so the 2 missile cavalry units, but look at all of the Holy Roman Empire's cavalry moving forwards to deal with them. The Strezzi would be good to thin down the Trebuchet and Serpentine crews, but I don't think that Lecellus is going to let him get that close. Oh, what do we got over here, too? Does he actually have 4 of those units? He likes to hide these units quite well. Oh, no, we just had a Hussar unit running over here. Maybe trying to sneak in a charge as these units are redeploying, but he decided not to at the last minute. And, yeah, they're just chilling here. So maybe he's going to hope that Lecellus just forgets about them. They are hidden, actually, in the trees, so he cannot see those units right now, but he's got his cavalry ready to go, just in case. Oh, we do have Hussars setting up over here. What's going on? So we got one missile cav here. We've got 1 missile cav here, and then we've got a Polish Hussar unit here. Is he actually just gonna go in? He's got all this cavalry here. Like, there's no way you're gonna be able to do anything definitive. Like, yeah, you're gonna get a charge on the Pavi's crossbowmen, but you're gonna lose an entire unit of cavalry. Oh, he's trying to be quick about it, but the Mailed Knights are very quick. They're not heavily armored. That was very admirable, but that one volley took out 5 cavalry, and I don't even think he killed too many in this unit. Maybe 12 of the crossbows. We've got the Strezzi over here, almost being caught by these Mailed Knights. That is not good. Yeah, these guys are supposed to be quick, but Holy Roman Empire bringing some light cavalry here in the form of Mailed Knights. These Hussars are pretty sweet looking, though. All right. Yeah, what else is going on? Oh, we've got the other unit of Strezzi over here. I think he's actually going to go for a charge on the peasants, it looks like. Actually, those peasants will be able to kind of cut down that cavalry if he's not careful. Forcing them away. Well done. Using those peasants to their maximum capability. Here we go. Another unit of Strezzi charging in over here while firing at the flanks of the dismounted Imperial Knights. Should have brought Nomad Skirmish Cav. Yeah, well, Poland's kind of a weak faction to choose anyways in Medieval 2. There's not really... They don't really have a very good roster with counter units. Like, they've got fast-moving cavalry and very good cavalry, but it's easy enough to counter with some cheap armored sergeants and some mailed knights, you know what I mean? Those units together will decimate cavalry. Especially, it's the same with Hungary, too, like, because they're supposed to rely on very powerful, heavy cavalry, like their Royal Bendarium cavalry that are like 1,600 florins or something. But if you get a couple armored sergeants and then soak up the charge with a mailed knight unit and then put the armored sergeants in there, like, you've basically countered, like, Hungary's only solid, you know, advantage on the battlefield, so... That's why you don't see Poland and Hungary very often in like, competitive play. We have seen them a couple of times in this stream, though, I do have to say. Hungary once and Poland maybe, I don't know, 3 times, 4 times? But I think every time the Polish die. Anyways, let's quicken this up a bit here. Okay, so Poland is redeploying probably to that hilltop up to the top left there. The cavalry is going to continue to be annoying, but he's not going to do any definitive damage here against the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, it's just a big redeployment phase here. Where is he going to? I mean, I guess if he tries to come over here and deploy, we do have 3 units of Hussars still left, so if they get a good surprise attack on the Holy Roman Empire, they could do some damage, but... Yeah, I think the Polish player kind of realizes that he made a little bit of an oopsie. Exactly. Yep, works every time. And you don't even need anything good either. Like I said, armored sergeants, even like if you're playing an Italian faction, like Spear Militia. Like if you can soak up the charge with like a feudal knight unit and then put some Spear Militia in to support them, like checkmate Hungary, checkmate Poland, right? Yeah, pikes in Medieval 2 are extremely awkward and they're very easy to pull out of position. So like if you like feign an attack on like a pike unit and then like at the last minute kind of pull and then move to the side and then hit them in the side, a lot of them will just drop their pikes and actually fight with a sword or a little dagger, which they're easy to cut down then. So that would really be on the pike player to have good micro, to keep an eye on that and make sure that you redeploy them into their pike formation. But yeah, pikes are buggy at best. Now this could be good. Well, we've got a countercharge though. Not a very good countercharge, but yeah, heavy Imperial Knights against Polish Hussars. Like, come on. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, there they go. They've broken. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go though. This is good. This is good. Nice charge into that Serpentine crew. Did a lot of damage there. Down to 5 men, so they only have enough to run 1 of the cannons. So that actually was pretty solid there. Because you need a minimum of 3 to run each cannon, so you need 6 total to have both of them firing. So that sucks. Look at all the crew that were killed there. Yeah, so now that one's just gonna be left there because they don't have enough to continue using it. Okay, where is he going though? Like, what is this? We've got another annoying charge into the Pavi's crossbowman with the Strezzi, and he's probably just gonna try and follow him again. But 8% to 6%, it's just such cat and mouse games going on right now. What do we got coming in here? Okay, so they're going to try and charge into the crossbows again. No, they're going to pull back at the last second there. Look at all of them dying there, too. Yeah, just going to commit them in. And they've broken immediately. But with the Strezzi have come back, he might be able to kind of skate around and maybe get a couple of them there. Come on, get in there, boys. All you got to do is kill 3 of them. There's 1 down. Oh, they broke. Oh, that was very valiant, I do have to say. They're down to 3, though. But that's still enough to keep that one Serpentine going. Plus, they still have the Trebuchet crew as well. Yeah, it is. He's being as smart as he can, the Polish player, but I'm just not sure if it's enough. 9% to 9%, so still very even, but all this infantry will decimate those Polish lines, so I just don't know if he's done enough damage right now. What do they have in the way of cavalry in reserve? They still have the 3 units of Hussars in reserve, though. Interesting. And we've got a unit of woodsmen that were hiding here initially, but I think they're being pulled back with good reason. Looks like they may have infected a couple of their units as well with their own trebuchet. That's unfortunate. Okay, so as we talked about before, he is actually going to move into this tree line. And he may not notice the Polish Hussars until it's too late. And they may actually get a really good surprise attack here. It's all going to depend on the micro of the 2 players, basically. Like, is the Holy Roman Empire player going to notice this quick enough? Or is the Polish player going to be quick enough for him not to notice? Okay, he's pulling his cavalry back, so the Holy Roman Empire was wise to that, I think. Exactly, yeah. If the HRE just goes head-to-head with the Polish will be slaughtered. My only worry is, though, to outmaneuver the Holy Roman Empire, he needs cavalry, and he's running low. Like, he's got 3 units, and the Holy Roman Empire still has 6, I think. What a huge mess, though. However, if he forms up like this, though, with those Polish cavalry to his back, that could be good late game. Maybe bait him in here with the archers, get him to commit. Oh, is he facing them that way? Oh, so he's actually forming 2 battle lines. That's actually really smart. Correct, yeah, sorry. I might have explained that wrong. Yes, Poland cannot go head-to-head. They have to kind of kite. Rotten cows being fired at the peasant archers, lowering their morale as well. Here we go. Okay, I'm seeing some movement. But again, Lusseless is on this. Like, he sees it right away, and immediately all the cavalry moves forwards. We got the armored sergeants, a good counter, as we said, to the cavalry. So he's shown his hand, but yeah. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, he's gonna actually get maybe a charge over here. We've got the mailed knights closing in as quickly as they can. No, that was crap. That sucked. All they did was just get tied up on the crossbows. Oh, and now they're being slaughtered. Thankfully, it looks like a lot of the Holy Roman Empire cavalry got slowed by that, though. But peasant archers are within charging range. Oh, he's actually just gone right around, though. So as the Holy Roman Empire disengages, he's going to try and get a charge off onto the Holy Roman Empire crossbows. They're just so depleted by the time they get there. His micro is on point, but he's just losing too many men. It's an admirable effort here, but 12% to 20%, so Poland's lost 20% of their force already. And the Holy Roman Empire is only engaging in places that he needs to engage. Otherwise, he's got a Serpentine and a Trebuchet. He can sit back and fire at this all day long. And all that we really have for the Polish over here is... Oh, yeah, okay, he does have his 2 units of General's Bodyguard, which I kind of forgot about, actually. I thought that was the Royal Polish Knights. But... yeah, we just have this woodsman line over here. And these peasant archers are going to be fighting the Pavi's crossbowmen, so that's obviously not going to go over well. If the Poles can separate HRE units, he can kill them in detail. Exactly, but the problem is the Holy Roman Empire is just keeping all his units together. Like, I think he realizes that that's what the Polish are trying to do, is get them separated. But it looks like we do finally have some pike militia moving forward. So let's fast forward and see what else happens. Yeah, I think we're going to have the activation of the cavalry here against the peasant archers. I mean, we might as well at this point. We've got the infantry line moving forwards here. Oh, and he forced the Polish to show his final ace card there. His 2 generals. So he's feigned a charge and forced the Polish to pull his cavalry forwards. His final cavalry, I should say. These guys break in immediately as well. We've got the pike militia in the front lines, just in case the cavalry does come forwards. Armored sergeants, again, as we've said, good against cavalry. Yeah, it was a valiant effort, but every maneuver that the Polish were doing, they lost more men than the Holy Roman Empire. 17% to 24%, so I mean, it is still relatively close, but the caliber of troops on the battlefield for the HRE versus Poland it's just no contest. Like dismounted Imperial Knights times 4. They got the pikes. They've got the artillery support. They've got a huge hit on those woodsmen there. Oh, man. Oh, I feel so bad just watching this, but let's just fast forward here. Get the battle line started. Let's just get this going. I'll even let them just... Yeah, there we go. There we go. So the woodsmen charging into the peasants. Yeah, that has broken the peasants, but let's get these pikes in there. Let's get the Imperial Knights in. And let's just finish these Polish off. Yeah, exactly, but I wonder if the HRE moved all his cavalry forwards like that in an effort to see if there would be any Polish cav that countercharged. I think he did that on purpose, like feigned an attack to get him to show his trump card. Because now he knows that there's 2 General's Bodyguard units in the trees there as well. So that's why he's being so cautious here. And they're not hidden anymore, so he knows where they are. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Get into melee. Now you're just being shot up by peasant archers. Look at the damage that the pike militia are taking here. Now they're being slaughtered. There we go. Yeah, come on. Polish Knights versus Imperial Knight. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys. Just charge in. Commit. Let's go. There we go. There we go. And finally, with 3,000 frames left, the battle actually begins. These woodsmen are not going to stand a chance. Yeah, just cutting right through the battle line. Got the General's Bodyguard coming over here. Got more Imperial Knights going to be attacking the Polish Knights. And is that his actual general? No, he's got the other general there. And they are charging the peasants. Okay. Yeah, I guess good to get them off the battlefield. Now flank around. Flank around and hit these Imperial Knights from behind. These stakes actually almost have come at a disadvantage here, because now the Polish don't have a lot of maneuverability to get around Holy Roman Empire's lines. That's kind of funny. And look at this. We've got the massive cavalry engagement moving in. Good charge for Poland, not so much for the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire cavalry did not get their pikes down. Or, sorry, their lances down. So the Polish actually getting a really solid charge there. Shaken. Imperial Knights are shaken. But again, they have the armored sergeants there to kind of counter that General's Bodyguard charge. But they've broken, so they're gone. Wow, look at all the damage that was caused there. Again, the Polish with their lances down. The mailed knights do not have lances down. How's the battle line going? Probably very much in favor of the HRE. Looks to be the case. Polish knights extremely thin here.
My lord, only half of our force remains.
48% HRE killed, 60% Poland killed. And there we go. They've muscled right through over here, so that's a couple of free units to kind of flank around. General's bodyguard may actually get a solid charge here, though, too. So even towards the end, this guy's not giving up. Really good charges there. And look at this. Look at the Holy Roman Empire cavalry is broken. Got hussars coming through here. Woodsmen. Pavi's crossbowmen have broken in the face of the general's bodyguard. More woodsmen have broken over here with Polish knights. Excusez-moi? No way. Is this going to be a win for Poland? Look at all the Holy Roman Empire troops breaking. Okay, so that's the Polish general, I think. Yeah, because we're looking at it from the Holy Roman Empire's perspective, I believe. Or no, we're looking at it from Poland's perspective. Apologies. So he killed... Oh, yeah, because he was in the archers. Wasn't he? He was in one of the Pavi's crossbowmen. Oh, my goodness. This is a win for Poland. They've evened out the percentage killed, 68 to 66%. Armored sergeants, don't let them countercharge here. Okay, they did get a little bit of a countercharge. And look at this, running down the trebuchet crew. I think the Serpentine has been killed. Yep, that's gone. No freaking way. And these Polish knights here, 13 of them still holding while the woodsmen break. Peasant archers over here. Peasant archers are fighting dismounted Imperial knights in melee, holding them at bay. Unfortunately, a lot of the units are returning to the battle, but then they're breaking immediately again. I'm as surprised as you, Edward. It was the cavalry. Like, the HRE moved his cavalry up, but did not get a good countercharge. And they did not have their lances down at all. So they lost a lot of units, a lot of men when the two generals' bodyguards and the Hussar unit charged on in. Yeah, their general's still alive as well, so that was definitely the HRE general that was killed. And look at this here, too. Gonna have the Hussars coming in once again. Massive charge there on a light cavalry unit. Wow. I am blown away. I have no idea how those two Polish knight units actually held that battle line. Oh my goodness. That is a crazy result. I am glad I'm not a betting man, because if I put $1,000 on this game, I would have just lost my money. Because I was certain the Holy Roman Empire had this. No way. Wow, no way. Yeah, I think he did throw it away. I think if he had countercharged with his cavalry, it would have been a win. If he had countercharged with his cavalry, he would have won. 180 with the Hussars there. The dismounted Polish knights didn't even get any kills. They just held. And the woodsmen as well. Like, no kills. They just held for long enough. Polish archers, not too bad. 111. What's the two generals' bodyguards didn't even get many kills. Like, how did this happen? Like, even looking at the casualties inflicted, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, wow. Well done to Zloy. That is insane. That is crazy. Okay, so let's we've got the Mongols and the Turks as the final battle here. for Game 6. Yeah, I cannot believe that that happened. That is crazy.
Warriors, away. Come on.
All right, so Zloy here. So he's on 3, and Lesless is on 2. You're thinking Mongols? Okay, let's take a look at what they got. They've got a good mix of infantry and cavalry. So they got some dismounted light lancers. They have Mongol foot archers ×4. Got 2 Nafatoons. Then we've got horse archers. Got the bodyguard with the general in it. How many bodyguard units are there, though? 1. And then we've got Mongol heavy lancers, Mongol light lancers, Mongol light lancers, Mongol heavy archers, Mongol heavy archers. So that's 4, I think, heavy archers. And then Mongol infantry. So a lot of archers. Quite a lot of archers, actually. Please fight in the open, though, as the Mongols. You don't want to have all your cavalry trying to run around in the tree line. Turks in a slugfest toe-to-toe. Well, I think it will be mobile because it's another pretty long battle, so I think it will be a lot of kiting. And I mean, Zloy with Poland, like, he can obviously utilize his cavalry very effectively, and he does have a lot of cavalry, so this may actually go into his favor, which means he would win 4-2, I believe. So what do we have down here? Okay, so we've got some Janissary archers. And another trebuchet. Okay. Is this his general's unit as well? I believe it is, because we've got the logo, or the star icon. Yeah, so his general is a Janissary archer unit. You like the dynamic fights, eh? I can agree. What I don't like, though, is forest fights. I hope that we can get the Turks out over here. And he's moving all his troops over to this side. Okay. Okay, more of the Turks are kind of coming into view, though, so as we've got units moving forwards, let's take a look. Okay, so they have deployed Janissary, or they've deployed some sneaky stakes here. So, if he keeps retreating, those stakes will be very hard for Zloy to detect, so he actually might lose some cavalry in that. A lot of Janissaries I'm seeing, though. Okay, here's some infantry. Dismounted Sipahi Lancers. Ottoman infantry over here. Yeah, a lot of ranged units. Where's the trebuchet firing at? Is he going to get lucky? Just over top there. Wow. Yeah, so we got the 4 units of Mongol archers kind of close. And where's the rest of the infantry going? I think they are maybe planning to go for this more open area. Yeah, that's where they're coming down. They're coming down over here. Yeah, please form up here so we can actually see what's going on. I'm gonna fast forward. We may miss some trebuchet shots on the Mongol horse archers, but I'm willing to risk that. This music, too. Just awesome. There we go. Full Mongol force on the battlefield. Oops. They are firing their trebuchet over here. Oh, did get some of their units. Oh, and they actually caused a lot of them to get that morale debuff. That is unfortunate. He's going to try and move his archers forwards here. I think the Janissaries are actually doing a number on these archers, though. Yeah, they're being shot to pieces. And the Ottoman infantry there, too. So let's see if we can actually see the full force of Ottoman. There we go. Yeah, look at this. We've got Ottoman infantry here. Janissary archers, Turkish archers, Ottoman infantry. Trebuchet, more Ottoman infantry, more Ottoman infantry. More Turkish archers. We've got some Sipahi lancers over here. So many archers. No wonder they're dying so quick. Look at the deaths already. Mongol infantry move into the flanks. This is not going good for the Mongols so far. 11% of the Mongols dead and only 1% of the Turks. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's the trebuchet? The trebuchet is obviously trying to focus on the heavy cavalry. The Turks are surrounded as well, but I mean, even with the Mongol light horse archers moving in to get some shots off, like all these Turkish units have to do is refocus their fire for a couple of volleys, and these guys will be gone. Yeah, you could hear the arrows coming in this way. Yeah, there we go. Really firing hard at the Mongol horse archers. Kind of tearing them down, honestly. Oh, and big mistake. Charging into the Sipahi lancers there. That is not going to go well for the Mongol horse archers. We've got more Sipahi lancers protecting those archers. Yeah, I can tell. 22% to 5%. Holy moly, man. Look at all these archers. I don't think he brought any cavalry at all. I think he just brought a few units of Sipahi lancers to block his flanks. We've also got the stakes on the ground here. We had some stakes on the ground in front. And do we have any stakes over here as well? Yep, we've got stakes on that flank as well. Wow. Yeah, this is not going good. Yeah, those two units are gone of Mongol horse archers, by the way. They are out of here. And I'm assuming, where are the other two? We've got them back here. I would say I'd almost resign at this point, but Zloy somehow managed to get a win with Poland. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he knows what he's doing. But look at all of these archers. Completely slaughtered. I mean, the Mongol infantry with that flanking fire might help a little bit, but... Okay, 15% to 33%. So now they're actually being able to fire onto the Turks. But I don't think the Turks are going to move forwards at all. They are happy where they are. And it looks like most of this battle is just going to be a ranged fight. Because all of this cavalry isn't really going to be of much help in the forest with the stakes and the dismounted Sipahi lancers. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tie here. It's going to be a 3 and a 3. 3 wins for Zloy and 3 wins for Lesilis? Yeah, Lesilis. 28% to 50% lost. Oh, man. Look at all of these dead. Look at this. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, even getting some hits on the cavalry, too. Dismounted light lancers. They're pretty comparable to the Sipahi lancers, but here we go. It looks like they're just going to move on in. There's not much else you can do here. Half his army is lost. Only 30. Okay, what's going on here? Do we see an opening? Where are they moving to? Gotta kind of steer clear of those stakes. And we know the Sipahi Lancers, the dismounted Sipahi Lancers, they are hidden somewhere behind the lines. Yeah, there they are. So we've got a unit there. So I'm assuming we've got a unit here, too, to defend the Janissary archers. They're looking relatively depleted as well, though. Are they able to do Cantabrian Circle in here? It looks like they are. Okay. Well, that's not too bad, then. Just keep focusing on what you can. There are a lot of dead Turks over here. But yeah, I think that the cavalry is going to die quicker. Oh, we do have some movement in the front, too. Yeah, so all the Mongol archers have broken. And we've got the cavalry moving on in. Bodyguard is down to 27. Wow. 55 to 31%. Ooh, very close there. Right overhead. Trebuchet is notoriously inaccurate. How terrified would you be as a Mongol warrior here? Your general telling you to charge into the trees that has killed half of your army, yet you don't even see any of the enemy yet. And you have to just blindly move on in. Look at the damage these archers are causing, too. This is just a slaughter. Just move in, man. Stop forming up and just allowing them to murder you. Here we go. We've got some light lancers moving in. Careful of those stakes, but I think right here... What? Where was the charge? I don't know if it's the trees or... That charge was pretty garbage. And now these guys are trying to move in, but they're getting fired upon as well. 31 to 61%. They're 30% ahead in kills. I mean, at least they're getting into melee now. Please do not charge into the backs of your own men. Okay, you kind of, but didn't really. Sipahi Lancers are moving to the front as well to try to help the Ottoman infantry, who are now engaged in melee. And I forgot about the Nafatoons. Those Nafatoons are going to be deadly in the forest. And the bodyguard is moving through. But the Sipahi Lancers are there to defend, and they didn't get a good charge off. And the bodyguard is being focused, I think, by the... They're being focused by the Nafatoons. I don't think he's dead? Unless they had... Oh, is that him there? I don't think so. No. Where's the other bodyguard unit? He had 2 bodyguard units, I thought. Oh, I can't see anything in the trees here. Mongol heavy lancers, so maybe their general is actually dead? It's quite possible. 43% to 73%. More Mongol heavy lancers breaking there. Or dismounted light lancers, I should say. And his cavalry is just being murdered over here. What an anticlimactic finish here. Finally getting the bodyguard to actually rally for a charge, but he just admitted defeat. Yeah. Wow. Fair enough. That was brutal. This stream, like, that last fight was like one of the most unexpected, closest, and legitimately enjoyable battles to watch of all time. And then this one was literally the opposite. It was just the worst slaughter ever. Comparable men deployed, but yeah, they just got no kills. Like, one of the archers, 112, Mongol infantry archer, 114, but just not enough. Wow, very unfortunate. Anyway, that is it for today's stream. So those 6 bonus battles, hopefully you guys did enjoy them. And as I said, as of next weekend, we will be starting the playoffs in the Medieval 2 stream. So we should have a few more of those streams within the next couple of weeks. But thanks very much for watching, and for those of you who tuned in till the end, I do appreciate it, and I will see you guys all again soon. Take care.